Hey y'all, this is my 2003 Toyota Tacoma, and today I'm going to be replacing my front rotors and brake pads. First, I'm just breaking the lug nuts free with the breaker bar and jacking up the truck. I like to go from the lower control arm because I don't have to max out the jack to get the tire off the ground. Here I'm just placing the tire under the frame as support in case the jack were to fail. So I can actually feel a groove here, and you can see that the rotor is warped. I was getting a lot of steering wheel shake whenever I braked, and it would pull hard to the right. The caliper ended up being seized, so I had to go out and buy a new one. So I'll be showing you guys from the driver's side how to swap out these pads. To get the brake pads out, you have to hammer out these pins. Just watch out for the clip in the middle because they are on the tension and they could fly out. Once the pins are out, you can compress the pistons. Here I'm just using a flathead wedged in between the rotor and the old brake pads. Next, you would undo the caliper by undoing the 17mm bolts. Should be 2 of them. Make sure the caliper is supported when you take it off so you don't damage the brake line. Once the caliper is off, you'll be able to pull the rotor off. Here I'm just cleaning up the existing hardware. I like to use what's already on there, but they do supply you with new hardware. At this point, I'd put on clean gloves and clean both sides of the rotor with brake cleaner. After your rotor is clean, you can put the caliper back on with the 2 17mm bolts. You should torque these to spec, but here I'm just tightening it with the 1/2-inch ratchet because this tightens it more than enough. They supply you with synthetic brake pad grease, so I'm just applying on the back of the brake pads where it's going to make contact with the pistons. Here, just make sure your holes line up so the pins can go through. You might have to hold the pads at times just to get the pins through. If your brake pads fall forward, what I found to be helpful is using a pick to use in one of the slots so you can slide the brake pad out a little bit so that you can get the pins to line up. Once your pin and spring are in place, make sure you tighten your wheels to spec and pump your brake pedal a few times so you have the right brake pressure.